Alright, so I'm creating another invoice. So this is how we create from scratch using the Zoho Books application, mobile application. So again, initially we go to Play Store, we download Zoho 1, and we log in as IDS, integrated Aspire services at gmail.com, and the IDS credential for Zoho. And then once you get in, we can pick or choose Zoho Books, and then it will take us back to Play Store for us to log into Zoho Books specifically within the Zoho One framework. So once we have Zoho Books on our phone, which is a mobile app, because we're using Zoho's mobile to engine to fire up all of this, we go to create invoice. The next step is to ask for a customer name. Now this could be an existing customer or a new customer. In this case, we're going to use the example of an existing customer because I'm sending the invoice to myself, Percival Hurditt. If the customer didn't exist, you would add a new customer, which is just to add a couple steps to put in the necessary detail and to set up the customer as a customer here in the app. Because remember that the customers eventually go straight to the contacts in Zoho CRM. So it's stored in that database. So in this case, we start typing, looking for Percival Hurditt. Alright, so the system found Percival Hurditt. I hit Percival Hurditt. It automatically generates an invoice number 000211. You have the option of putting in an order number. It automatically chooses today's date, 28th of January 2023. We could change the date if needed. Terms, depending on whether the customer is paying on receipt, 15 days, 13 days, due at the end of the month, next month. So we're able to specify the term of payment. This is going to drive whether something is past due or not, in terms of the invoice tracking, because once you submit the invoice, you'll be able to track the invoice to see if the customer is paying. Due date based on the end amount is 31st of January. Salesperson, if it applies, I would have a list of salespeople. If you want to break down results by salesperson, it would be important to keep putting in the salesperson. What is this person paying for? I'm doing another TRN. This is just notes because the real item is here, add line item, and in this case, this is something that will connect to the services list. Again, we'll have a list of services, and I'm trying to be as unique as possible, the services. But as it stands now, there are already some services set up in the Zoho system, in the invoice system. So when we click add line, it allows us to choose from an existing service or to add a new service. As it stands now, this is everything that IDS would have ever done and posted in Zoho. But as it stands now, we're going to just search for, I believe, a TRN service. That should be there already. Let me see. So let's choose this one again. That TRN service. Quantity, the rate comes in. At this point, you can modify the rate or the quantity. You could indicate if it's stacks or not. So we say save. You could have added another service, it would just be a number of different services. But let's try another one. Add. In this case, we're adding a birth certificate because we're customizing both TRN and birth certificate. No description. Just keeping it simple. We'll save. So now we have one TRN for $17,761.99, one birth certificate for $12,729.43. Have a subtotal. In this case, we could have applied a discount. Let's see what it allows. 20%, I don't know. I could say 10. Oh, it could be in percentage or Jamaican dollars. Still trying to figure out how this part works. But we'll continue. It's not a showstopper. But you're able here to add the discount rate, and it will bring down that total, which is 30,491. So the idea is that if you want to give the customer concession, you would still put the quoted price and then at the end add the discount rate. As opposed to saying, all right, then we know say it's $100 or $17,000 for the term, but may I give for 16. You wouldn't put the 16,000 as the amount. You'd put the amount as a 17,761, which is the correct price, and then you would apply the discount after. Also, if shipping charges apply, any other adjustment in pricing, I don't know, maybe here you could add $10. Yes, you could do the adjustment one time here. It could be 10. I'm expecting that could be also a minus 10 or something like that. But you could add an amount, or you could apply a discount. The customer note thanks for your business. A standard, you could change that note. Also, we could go into the template standard setup in Zoho and change the default. This customer comes with an email address, because when you're setting up the customer, you would have to indicate an email address. So automatically checks the email address. You're able to also upload a file. No upload necessary at this point. Alright, so that is the new invoice. Once you have the invoice set up, then you can save and send. Invoice has been created. 30,491. Regards. Attach invoice, attach customer statement. No need for that. So we're good. The contact here is pahurditt@gmail.com. The CC, it's CC to integrated diaspora services, so this goes straight to IDS email. So press send. Your invoice has been sent. So that just went to Percival Hurditt, and it will be reflected in the IDS email address, and that takes us to the completion. So we're able to create the invoice on a fly from the mobile app, and it should mean that multiple persons are able to create the invoice for IDS.